Hi, Nancy Lucina here. Today I want to share with you a few of my favorite ways to get in touch with your femininity. So just a little bit before I dive into that of why that may be important. I believe that everyone has both masculine and feminine qualities within them, and it's important to explore both to find a balance in our lives. But I also see it as a spectrum of energy. So you have masculinity on one side and femininity on another. And there's many different ways to show up in the world on this spectrum. But I think if you really find the place where you naturally rest on the spectrum, you're going to have more energy, more flow in your life. So if you are a feminine woman and you're running a lot of masculine energy, you're going to be exhausted and depleted. You're not going to be as much in your flow and in that space of receptivity. So for me, the essence of the feminine is about the flow of love in her life. It's about being magnetic, about being receptive, about being really relaxed and sort of leaning back in trust into the arms of life to guide her. And so as we discover where we rest on that spectrum, when we really tap into that which is natural to us, and so for me that is being very feminine in the world, we experience this almost infinite amount of energy that comes through us. And so we're going to notice like things start to come to us more effortlessly. We start to show up in a way that feels really empowered. We start to feel more relaxed in our bodies and more full of energy and vibrancy and radiance. So one of my absolute highest recommendations to get in touch with your femininity is to learn about your cycle. Empower yourself to understand what's happening inside of your body every single month. So every month we have this menstruation cycle, and it's not just about the time that we bleed. There's also these other three different phases that we pass through. So it's the maiden phase, which is the phase right before ovulation, the mother phase during ovulation, the sorceress phase following that, which is often when people experience PMS, and then the crone phase, so the wise woman phase while we're bleeding. So this is a very in-depth topic that I won't go into extreme detail about right now, but just an introduction to it, like start to discover your cycle, what's going on, and how you can live in harmony with it. When you learn about these different phases, you're able to plan your life in a different way and to understand the different emotions that you experience, because you have this ancient knowledge really that we were never taught in school, but that is within our feminine wisdom. And when we begin to tap into that, we begin to understand ourselves as cyclical beings. So that's a big thing about being feminine. You are cyclical in nature. And so when you compare yourself to a more masculine energy, which is more directive and linear, it's just not going to work out. You're going to be frustrated and you're going to hit walls. You're going to feel that exhaustion. So yeah, recommendation number one, get to know your cycle, respect yourself when you're bleeding. This is not the time to have a million things on your to-do list and to pretend like it's any other day. This is a time to rest, to tap into what is happening inside your womb. Your womb is an amazing portal. Your womb is a place that you can actually visit energetically. Your womb holds mystery, and it holds power, it holds wisdom, and it holds lessons for you. So the more you can make space for that in your life, the more you're going to awake that divine feminine. Recommendation number two, start to pay attention to your body more. So as we are in our feminine flow, we are relaxed, our heart is open, our womb is activated, but simultaneously our pelvic region is relaxed and open. So this whole area of our body is so receptive and magnetic, and we can actually, when we bring awareness to that, we can actually use it to attract that which we desire and need, and will be serving the world into our life experience. And so when we relax more and open to that energy coming through, we'll notice that we are feeling very like loose in the hips and in the stomach area. So begin to pay attention to how you're breathing. Is your breath stopping here? A lot of women who aren't in touch with their femininity are completely cut off from their lower chakras and their lower energy centers. So they're just operating from here up. And so there's a lot of energy in the mental realm, and not so much in the womb space. So begin to deepen your breath, bring it all the way down into the womb, and you'll notice as you do that, you will make space for magic to happen in your life. And so that's a really big key to understanding when you're in your feminine flow, is to pay attention to when your body is really tight. So you'll get rigid in your body, your breath will get shallow, and you'll even get rigid in your thinking. And then you can check in with yourself and ask, like, what kind of energy am I running? Am I running masculine energy and trying to push through something, or could I relax into my feminine flow? Another recommendation is to reconsider the way you use the word goal and success. So we have been taught that we should have goals that we strive for, and that we wake up every day to smash the goals and to make it to the end point. I do not live like that. For me, that doesn't feel feminine at all. That feels very linear and very directive. And that might work for people who prefer to be in a masculine type of energy, and that's great. But for me, as a feminine woman, it's all about intentions. So setting intentions, which I consider to be a type of prayer, a request, in other words, like, I am asking for this in my life, so hold that as an intention, and then focus the rest of your energy on opening to receive. So do you see the difference? There's such a difference between the goals and trying to reach them versus a prayer and opening to receive it. So for me, that's again a way to fall back into your feminine energy, because you're allowing yourself to be receptive. So asking, opening, receiving. Asking, opening, receiving. That's the kind of cycle that you can get into. I think I'll stop there. There's so much more that I could say, but I hope that gives you a little bit to work with for now. Thank you.